I get questions all the time about how to navigate through being a student athlete. I'm here to answer all your questions on how to do that and more. And you know we got some highlights for you too. I'm an analyst. We gonna talk football, baby. Welcome to Cover 24. This is your host, B Flow. We got a lot in store for you today, baby. We're gonna dissect some of the best matchups from this past weekend. I ain't gonna leave you guessing. Miami versus Alabama, Georgia versus Clemson. But first, my game of the weekend, number 10 North Carolina versus Virginia Tech Hokies. And I got a special guest you might want to hear from while we dissect this film. Jermaine Waller, come holler at me, whoa.
On 3rd and 5, Williams gets it out quickly, almost intercepted and picked off at the 48-yard line by Jermaine Waller.
I don't think I've seen him slide yet. That is a beautiful read by Jermaine Waller, number 28.
Like I told you before, one of the best corners in the country joining me right now. Jermaine Waller from Virginia Tech. You bring so much to the Virginia Tech defense. You bring attitude, you bring that finesse, and you long, man. You don't let receivers breathe out there. What we gonna do right here, we gonna dive into a couple plays, my favorite plays. Right here, bottom of the screen, shoot technique, stage square, good punch, back shoulder fade, get it out of here. We all know as cornerbacks, that back shoulder fade is the toughest play to defend. And you made it look easy.
Coach Smith was telling us all week, we gotta make them matchups 80-20, no 50-50. So that was a big technique, eyes, feet, watching the hip, and expanding getting them off his line, pushing them, expanding them to the sideline was definitely key all night.
This what they don't see on the national televised broadcast. Right here, we watching film, right? They just tried to throw the fade on you, Waller. Bro, he no longer looks at you. So you did your job from making him think that's 50-50 to 80-20 in your favor. 14-0. Defense playing well, shutting them out. They just crossed the 50. Hey, this one they had a little bit of momentum. And to me, this is the biggest play of the game. We gonna play this right here. Bottom of the screen, lockdown, press coverage, runs a comeback. You not only break the ball up, you take it away. You give your offense the ball. When they're having a little momentum where they thought they can get a field goal, possibly a touchdown, you take it all away. And when you locking down half of the field like that, man, your defense thrive off of that. Because your defensive coordinator, Justin Hamilton, when he feel like I don't gotta worry about this whole side of the field, he can play ball, man, and make it that much easier for him to call a game. So you are very important for this defense, man, and keep doing what you do. I love it.
Appreciate it.
Again, man to man, you in this grill, stand square. It ain't just fade routes you on. You break up the slant. Bro, you don't let them have anything easy. Hey, do you pride yourself on staying square? Do you practice that on one-on-ones or your off time? Like, do you watch film on yourself? Like, how do you stay that patient at the line of scrimmage? Because not too many can do that. I think this is what makes you one of the best in the nation. Like, how do you stay square the whole game?
Yeah, that's something I always try to, at DB, just be patient, even at off man. But, through film, it wasn't a release or a route that I didn't see the run. So it was I was watching film again. It was kind of getting after the first quarter, after I got a feel for his speed, I was able to realize I don't have to really open up. I can stay square, be patient, be physical at the line, and that's what helped me all night.
Last but not least, this is the last play I'm sure of your whole highlight reel. I only wanted to pick 5 plays. You had 25 plays that went. Top of the screen, you're in a boundary. You're not just a guy that can lock it down on the outside. Right here, you come up and stick them for the run. And that's very important in Virginia Tech's defensive scheme because we at boundary corner like safeties. So we got to lock down on the island and we got to come up at the pursuit of attack like we're a safety. Hey, you already kind of had that dog about you coming up in the run game or what?
I just want to be a complete corner at the end of the day. So I don't want to be able to just cover or just tackle. I want to be able to do it all. So I know that's a part, especially being in the boundary. Like, you got to be able to tackle. You don't have to. They're gonna, even if they figure out one game that you can't tackle, they're gonna come at you and try to make you tackle. So might as well put it on tape that you ain't scared or you get physical right with them.
When you pull up on cover 24, we go break down your film and your film only. I guaranteed you some good games to go through. We're going straight into it. Alabama, Miami. And before we jump into this film, it's a new era in Alabama. Bryce Young, hey, I see why you got that meal in NIL money. Hey, this boy special. Check him out. This will make Alabama so good. They love this over route. They kill everybody with it, right? So if you look at the boundary, that's the short side of the field. You got Mechie in the slot. If you go underneath this defensive back, the defensive back's supposed to let him go to his boy on the other side of the field who's supposed to pick him up, thinking he gonna run an under route. But watch when I press play. Alabama do a great job at faking that he go under, and then he climb. Nobody can pick him up. And with that speed, he go run free every time. Alabama killed everybody with that route. And Bryce Young go put it on the money. Let's watch Bryce Young from the back right here. Watch how he keep his eyes downfield. He go feel pressure in the pocket. Just move, get out of there, and he go put it on the money. I'm telling you, it's a new era in Alabama with Bryce Young playing the way he playing. You go see on this film. Now I can show y'all his touchdown passes, but these impressive right here. 1st and 10. Look at the pocket presence. Miami getting pressure. He's just getting outside the pocket, rolling the other way and throwing a strike to Williams. Any other quarterback in the nation, he cannot hit his target like this. This Patrick Mahomes. Watch how he never look at the defensive line and the linebackers. Miami is making him move his feet, but his eyes downfield the whole time. I'm telling you, he winning the Heisman Trophy and taking the hit. He gonna get right back up and do it again. Right here, it's 3rd down. Again, I told you I can show all his touchdowns, but I ain't gonna do that. This more impressive. This 3rd down, Miami sending pressure. They're getting pressure. Miami getting pressure. Any other quarterback got to move his feet like that, it's gonna be a sack. He get outside of it, throw a strike. Williams again, watch him, his eyes downfield. He feel the pocket, taking a hit. Strike to Williams. They're gonna be hard to beat. Right now, we looking to see if he can make the right read in the RPO. If this linebacker or nickel, whoever it is right here, if he blitzes or if he goes in for that run fake, he gotta hit Bryce Young gotta hit his hot receiver. Let's see if he make the right read. He run the RPO, the nickel come up for the run. Nah, strike, let's go. 1st down. He poised back there, quarterback. He's smart. Look at his eyes. He's just looking at the defender the whole time. You let me know what I'm gonna do. Alabama be having them well or machine quarterbacks, man. They ain't gotta replace, they reload. You see the draft picks they got. He gonna show some savvy. He ain't telegraphing his pass right here. Watch how he look the defender off and hit his tight end. And now the tight end do what them boys from Bama do and run through defenses. Watch from this back angle though. The back angle is the more impressive angle. Watch how he looked the defender off with his eyes. And then he go hit his tight end. Right there. Bryce Young special, man. I'm telling you, he gonna win the Heisman. I'm calling it week 1. It ain't hype. It's just what he about. And now I gotta show the OC some love, right? Everybody know when you play Bama, that deep over tough to stop. Miami got the safety on the opposite hash. But what Bama do? Fake the deep over and bend it all the way back to the sideline. You ain't catching Williams. Not when Bryce Young throwing the money ball. From his own end zone. Look how he in his own end zone, facing pressure, and he deliver a strike. He ain't rattled. He ain't got happy feet. He ain't got nothing. He's poised. That's on the money. Williams ain't got to wait for the ball or nothing. There was your Heisman Trophy winner right there. And just to finish up film session, we got Georgia. We got Clemson. We watched this game. We know it's a defensive game, but I want to show you how special Georgia defense really is. So when you playing the Georgia Bulldog defense, right? When you got a chance to make a big play, you got to make it ASAP. Because if you don't, I'm going to show you what this defense is going to do to you. Right here, Clemson got a chance to hit their running back Shipley down the sideline for a touchdown. Second play of the game. But DJ had his eyes set on the tight end. Watch the running back running down the sideline. Second play of the game. They didn't even score this game. That could have been 7 out the gate. We go watch for the back angle, how DJ just is stuck on his tight end, looking at his read. You can't do that on Georgia defense. You know why? Because for the rest of the game, they're going to have players like this. The middle linebacker running alleys, making plays. You can't outrun this defense sideline to sideline. I don't care who you is. Watch from this back angle how he filled the alley. Shipley, a track guy. Run him down. T for L. I just showed you speed from Georgia. Now I'm going to show you a little physical play. Safety just put the receiver on his butt, set the edge. 1 yard gain. Clemson love running screens, but when you playing a physical defense and a fast defense like Georgia, don't none of that work. You can't have your wide receivers blocking safeties, because if you do, this is what's going to happen every single time. They're going to be outmatched on that edge. That's easy work for Georgia right there. Now watch this pass rush effort from the Sam backer. Sam backer is a strong side linebacker on the top of the screen. He never misses a step. He got one speed. All this Georgia defense knows is one speed. On the snap, watch how he run DJ down from the back. Money down, third down, let's go hunt. Again, you'll like this back angle a little bit more. Left side of the screen. Just get into it. Just get into it. These boys flying around. They having fun. Look at them. They play ball. So now, DJ just seen that Sam backer, which is that outside linebacker on the strong side of the field, right? The wide side of the field. How he does get pressure off that edge. So he feel like now, I got to get the ball out quick. Watch how Chris, the safety, number 29, step in front of this. Chris also knows the ball got to come out fast. We call it hot. Watch how he read it to make a play. He don't second guess himself. When you're a defensive back, you got 2 or 3 plays during the game that you know you go pick if they run that route. I guarantee you that was one of them. Let's watch how from the back angle how he make this play. No. So I've been showing everybody love, right? Show the linebackers love, running stuff down. Show the linebackers getting sacks. Show the safeties knocking receivers out. Show the safeties getting picks to the crib. Now I'm gonna show you what the big dogs like Jordan Davis do up front. Watch how Jordan Davis split his gap, get vertical, and wreak havoc for a TFL. Bro, you talking about every layer to this defense making plays. This ain't one dude making a play. It's a different guy every time making a play. Watch how big dog get vertical. Go get in this gap and just disrupt everything. Nah, I'm too quick and strong. The very next play, everybody locked up, right? They playing together now. Everybody locked up. That let these linebackers get pressure. They can run their man pressures now. Linebacker Luke Brown, easy sack for Georgia. We just watched football session. That was real. But now it's time to get really real. I appreciate y'all for sending all them questions in too. Brittany Flowers about to let us know what question we have for today. Yo, B, talk to me.
Well, today's question comes from T, who is out in South Carolina. And his question is, living in the inner city, how do you not become a product of your environment while trying to reach your goals?
How you not be a product of your environment? See, it's a little deeper than just the overall top layer. You know what I'm saying? When you're born, you gotta realize you special, right? You always hear that. You hear your parents tell you special, but you really got a gift. God gave everybody a gift when you're born. You just gotta discover your gift. I'm gonna put it in perspective for you. When you're born, God give you a choice to be great or be average. Average is a product of your environment. He gives everybody a seed, and you got a choice to nourish that seed and be everything God intended for you to be, or you can throw off your seed, which is that blessing, away. You got 5 players, right? Basketball, football, baseball, whatever. But I'm gonna go ahead and refer this to football. You got 5 seeds. The guy that has the first seed, right? He could be the best football player that's ever played the game. But what he does is he holds the seed in his hand. So that's the guy who was a Little League All-Star. And when he gets to high school, he never played football again. The second guy, he actually take his seed and he put it on the sidewalk, thinking that, hey, I got further than the guy that held it in his hand. I actually laid my seed down, but what he did was he laid his seed down in the wrong place. He laid it on the sidewalk, so he still never is gonna grow. His potential only have a certain ceiling. So that's the guy that makes it to high school. He was better than the guy with the seed in his hand, but he still wasn't what God intended him to be, and that's special. The third guy, he gets his seed. He looks at the guy that put the seed on the sidewalk. And he say, listen, what you doing? I'm gonna be better than you. I'm gonna put my seed in the grass, right? That's the guy that gets to college. He's better than the guy that's made it to high school, and that was his ceiling. He's better than the guy that stopped playing the Little League because he put his seed in the grass rather than keeping it in his hand and putting it on the sidewalk. But that's still not what God intended him to be. It wasn't just getting to college. That wasn't his greatest potential. So number 4, what he did was actually buried it. He nourished his seed. And he actually seen fruit come from it. So he thought that was his end goal. Like, hey, I'm better than number 3. I'm better than number 2, and I'm better than number 1. Because I didn't hold my seed in my hand. I didn't put it on the sidewalk. I didn't put it in the grass. I actually buried it in the soil, fertilized it, and I got strawberries from it. Like, that's my end goal. I made the league. But nah, number 5 said, that ain't my maximum potential. God got more in store for me. It ain't just for me making the league and being there 1 or 2 years. What I'm gonna come back to is, I'm not gonna only bury my seed, fertilize it, make sure it gets sun, and make sure it grows. I'm gonna keep coming back to it, because guess what? With me staying on that path, I not only fertilized my seed and I grew strawberries, I seen how that blessing came. Okay, I made the league. Oh, look what I found in my other pocket. God gave me another seed because I followed what he wanted me to do here. Now I'm growing mangoes. I got a mango tree and a strawberry tree. Look what's in my back pocket. Now I'm producing grapes. Now I got a grape tree, and before you know it, you have a whole garden. Going back to football, it's not only just that 1 or 2 years you're playing. Those different fruit and vegetables you grow in your garden is you maximizing that big contract. That's you opening up doors that you didn't even know was there. That's getting off the field money. That's you starting your own company. That's your family starting their own company. So long as you stay down the pace and honoring what God got for you, man, them seeds that he giving you, they gonna start coming from nowhere. And before you get it, you gonna be a farmer. Once you start seeing the field of crops, all them blessings God have for you, man, that's when you'll realize you reached your maximum potential. So to pull all that together, right? Everybody on your little league team, high school team, college team, pro team, they all have seeds. And how do you not become a product of your environment? Make sure you plant your seed right. The other ones around you might keep theirs in their hand. They might think they're doing something by landing on the concrete. They might think they're doing something by landing in the grass. But what you gotta understand is your vision is different from everybody's vision in this world. Because God have a special vision for you. You not only just go put it in the grass and fertilize it one time. Nah, maximize your potential. That's how you not become a product of your environment.
This next question comes from Trey out in Newport News, Virginia, and he asked, have you faced any adversities at any point, any time in your career?
How do you deal with adversity? Man, that's a good question. In life, you always will go through ups and downs. Literally nobody that walked this earth has a perfect life. Everybody deals with some type of adversity, whether it's death, whether it's you just feeling depressed because something happened before you previously. You're gonna always deal with adversity, but you gotta fall in love with the process of getting through those times. Let me tell you a little bit about my adversity. Sophomore year, high school, didn't have the grades to play football. Junior year came around, that's when you get your offers, right? That's where everybody goes stunt. All the colleges, start offering you in the spring. I break my collarbone the week before the first game of the season. Tough. That was one of the lowest moments of my life because I was young, I was in high school, right? Senior year, I came out, had a great season. Didn't have a lot of offers because one, I didn't qualify for my SAT in time, and then I just didn't have a lot of film. I basically played 1 year of football. End up going to a prep school, a military school. I'm from South Florida. We ain't got mountains, we ain't got snow. I went to the middle of Virginia by myself, no cell phones. You wearing uniforms every day. Your room you staying in is like a cell. You literally just got a sink and bunks in there with your roommate, right? I played on an all-star team. Stepped on campus, 5 stars everywhere. Everybody committed to USC, Virginia Tech, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas. We had the best of the best college athletes there. I started off third team. I fell in love with the process, right? So when you're dealing with adversity, you gotta learn how to fall in love with the process that you're gonna get yourself out of it, because everything you deal with, it really do make you stronger. You know what I'm saying? Once you get through certain things, you're gonna feel like nothing can break you in that same category no more. Think about it when you first got over your first relationship that you thought somebody broke your heart. You feel like you ain't gonna never get through it. Once you got through it, you're like, oh, I'm good. I can get through that now. If you're a defensive back, when you first got bombed for the first time for a touchdown, you know how that felt? You know you ain't wanna have that feeling no more. So what you did, you locked it down even more. You ain't give up no more touchdowns if you fire, like me and my dogs who gonna be on the show is. But seriously, going back to Hargrave Military Academy, I'm here with 5 stars who's all committed and signed to these big D1 schools. I'm starting off third team. Talking about adversity, I'm thinking like this is my last chance to get a chance to go to school, and I might not even get on the field. Every day in practice, locking it down, knocking heads off. Start moving up higher and higher in the depth chart. Week 1, I wasn't a starter, but I got a lot of playing time, right? Week 2 came around, guess who out there starting, getting picks to the crib, stunting. And with me going through that little adversity, going into the middle of Virginia, being there with no phone, no girls at school, it's an all boys school, room like a prison cell. I knew if I got past that stage in life, bro, everything in life gonna be a breeze. Like that for me was the hardest thing ever. At prep school, you get offers in practice. In practice, I'm locking it down. Virginia Tech come, they offer me. I'm looking at Coach Beamer, defensive back coach. Long story short, they offer me a scholarship, right? I think I'm on a road, like, bro, I done beat adversity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever I had that I was facing, it's over now. I done signed, I can't wait to go to school. All my dogs, myself, we about to go to school in January, we finna enroll in the spring. Guess what? Still ain't get my SAT score. All my dogs went to school, and I was the only one left behind at prep school. Adversity again I gotta deal with. You know what I'm saying? It would have been tragic if I was able to commit to a school, get ready to sign to a school, and I can't qualify for my SAT. So I end up having to stick it out, buckle down, while my dogs was in school. You know what I'm saying? I end up passing the SAT, my final time to take it. Fast forward to college, right? My adversity should be over. I'm actually at college, level playing field. Everybody freshmen. My dogs that went there in the spring, we all freshmen together. They just had a little head start, but I'm ready to get to it. Go out there as a freshman, true freshman, second game of the season. Pick to the crib. First possession never playing college football. Adversity, where? I done beat all my adversity. I done everything that I went through. High school, breaking my shoulder, going to military school, not going to college in the spring. Now I'm playing college football. All my adversity gone. I'm playing the second game of the season. Got a pick to the crib. Second series, break my leg. And at that time, bro, Virginia Tech, they defense was #1 in the land. So if you miss time, you can slide back down that depth chart. We bringing in 5 stars like Macho Harris the next year. So at that time, I'm like, man, I'm supposed to stunt my freshman year. I'm supposed to ball, let them know how real I am. So I had to deal with that adversity of breaking my leg after I just got success. So at this time, it's like every time I take 1 step up, I get knocked 3 steps back down, right? Adversity. Still didn't let it bother me. Come out, my freshman year, red shirt freshman year. I took a medical shirt after that I got hurt. Red shirt freshman year. Me and my guy Roland Minor, lockdown corner. We competing for the starting spot. He ended up winning it. We going in 2-2. He gonna get 2 steers, I'm gonna get 2 steers. I'm like, bet. My dog locked down, I'm locked down. We finna go out and stunt. Cause on the other side, we had a unanimous All-American in Jimmy Williams. So I'm like, hey, freshman, red shirt freshman playing time, 2-2 split. I'm finna get it in, right? Got in some trouble off the field. You know, just surrounding myself with certain people got me into trouble off the field on campus. Now, I could have easily got kicked out of school. But what they did was say, hey, we're gonna split your playing time 3-1 instead of 2-2. At that time, I'm maybe getting 4 series a game. So once when I thought I was finna come in as a redshirt freshman coming off that true freshman height with me getting a pick, I'm barely seeing playing time on the field. That's adversity, dog. So I come back my sophomore year, didn't let it bother me, just kept falling in love with the process. And I'm sitting on the sideline, I'm thinking, how can I get better? I'm watching the boys playing and seeing how I can sharpen my iron, being the best that I can be when I do take that field, right? I fell in love with the journey. That whole journey I've been through with getting knocked down, coming back up, it always made me feel like no matter how high I get, no matter how low I get, you gotta stay level. Do your best to stay level. Don't get too high on yourself. Don't get too low on yourself. Come back sophomore year, All-American. Junior year, All-American. Now I'm finna go to the draft, right? Gotta be drafted first round. I'm All-American twice coming out. So coming into the combine, #1 corner on the board. Coming to the combine, #1 corner on the board. I'm not going lower than the 12th pick of the draft. All the adversity behind me, right? I'm ready to go out here and ball. I done made it. Come to the combine, run the worst 40 I ever ran in my life. Dropped me to the 2nd round. Once again, remember I told you, every time I took a step up, knocked me down 3 steps. But that's when I started really realizing we think we have the vision how our life is supposed to be, but God like, nah, bro, you wasn't supposed to be here, you wasn't supposed to be there. I'm gonna put you exactly where you needed to be, right? I ended up going 2nd round to Kansas City Chiefs. Opposite side, Patrick Surtain. That's big cuz I've been knowing him since high school. Took me under his wing, started from day 1. The only corner in that class to start from day 1. So even though I wanted to go top 10, top 12 pick, even though I went 2nd round, that's what God had planned for me to be at. With dealing with adversity, keep pushing forward, because you're going to make it out as long as you keep pushing. Just don't ever give up. It don't even make sense to give up when you're going through the hard spot, because when you're going through that hard little phase, that hard little path, the light is right there at the end. So why quit right before you get to the light? You done been through it now. You might as well get out of it. So when dealing with adversity, just keep pushing. That's my take from the young OG.
Did you ever get down where it was like, man, this ain't gonna work? Or, you know?
That's why I call my thing the marathon, because I'm not gonna lie and portray this ultimate poise like I've had it figured out. Nah, I just didn't quit. That's the only distinguishing quality from me and probably whoever else going through this or went through this or is gonna go through this, is that I ain't quit. I went through every emotion. I went through every emotion with trying to pursue what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I think that what gonna separate whoever's gonna try to go for something is that you ain't gonna quit. Unless, you know, you're gonna really take the stance if I'm gonna die behind what I'm getting at right now.
And I'm gonna leave you with this, the quote of the day by Miles Monroe. If you put a limit on what you can be, you're putting a limit on what you will be.